What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, and today I'm talking about shooting again. A few weeks back I made a video giving some tips on how you could green more consistently, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave that linked in the description, and I'll put a card on the screen. But today I'm gonna be talking about different types of shots that you can add to your game. I noticed that most people, when they play, they take two types of shots. They take dunks and layups, whether it's off a drive or those standing layups under the rim where they get under the rim, do 3 pump fakes and go up, or they take standstill jump shots, whether it's off the catch or off the dribble. And nothing wrong with those two shots, but if you just limit yourself to those two shots, you miss out on a lot of scoring opportunities. So today I'm gonna talk about some other shots that you could start taking. These are all different types of jump shots, and even though these are quote difficult shots and they're like fades and pull-ups and step backs and shots like that, they actually make scoring a lot easier in a lot of different situations. So I'm gonna talk about these shots, and I'm gonna give in-game examples of me using these shots and the situations that I use them in. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the first shot is the dribble pull up. People also call it the fade, but it's basically just the shots where you just run and shoot. And I usually use this shot when I've created enough space to shoot, but I don't have time to stop and set my feet. And I use this shot a lot in pick and roll situations, especially when I notice that the defender isn't hedging, and I also use it in ISO situations too. So right here, I have Corey Joseph, who's a backup point guard on this game. And he's off balling me. So it's second quarter, so I know he's been off balling me the whole game. I know he's not gonna hedge on pick and rolls. He might step out a little bit, but he's not gonna fully commit. So I know when I call for this pick and roll, I'm gonna get right here around this elbow mid-range area, and I'm gonna shoot a pull up. So we run, I call for the pick and roll, I get right here. I have enough space to get this shot off, but I don't really have time to stop, set my feet, and shoot, because he can get back in the picture and get this contest. And like I said, I know he's not gonna hedge. He's just kind of looking at me. He might step out a little bit, but he's not gonna commit. So I keep my momentum and I just do a dribble pull up green. In this example, I have Luka, and Luka has Agent 3 on gold, so as well as Midi Magician. So I could take these fades in the mid range and from the 3-point line. So I call a play right here, and notice he's off the ball again, so I know he's not gonna hedge. And with this play, like, I could usually get to this spot right here and shoot a fade. So I cross over, I take the pick, Harrison Barnes, he gets hit by the screen, and like I said, I know he's not gonna hedge. So I get to my spot right here. I don't really have time to stop, set my feet, and shoot. And on top of that, Luka has a pretty slow shot, so I just keep my momentum going and I shoot a fade green. In this example, I have Kyrie, 9 seconds on the clock, so I just call for an ISO, and I just hit him with a simple momentum cross. I get him going this way, I'm going this way, and I get into the mid-range. I have enough space to shoot, but I don't have time to stop, set my feet, so I just keep my momentum going, shoot a fade. The only way he gets to contest is if he jumps. He doesn't jump, and I get a green. The next shot is the step back, and to do the step back, just hold turbo and hold down on the right analog. And I do step backs if I want to create space. And just like the dribble pull up, sometimes I do it off pick and roll, sometimes I do it off ISO, and it's also really good in transition too. So right here, I call a play for Steph Curry, and I don't get open on the screen, so the play goes into this pick and roll. So I take the screen. Most of the time, they're gonna back up. They usually go under screens a lot. Sometimes they go over, but he's on the center, so he's probably not gonna go over. He's gonna go under this and try to meet me at the rim, because most people, when they come off the pick and roll, they try to get to the rim, and the hedge defender is all the way back here. So both of these guys are gonna try to meet me at the rim. So I take the screen, and as I'm doing my step back, you see him backing up towards the rim, and the hedge defender, he's still down here on a block. So I step back into the corner. He's way too far away, green. I do step backs in transition quite a bit too. I usually take like a step or two inside the 3-point line, and then I step it back to behind the 3-point line and create all the space I need to shoot. So right here, he misses, and I'm bringing the ball up with Curry. He thinks I'm going toward the rim, the AI defender thinks I'm going to the rim. He's looking at me, but he's moving towards the rim. I take one step into the 3-point line, and then as I'm stepping back, they're both down here thinking that I'm going to drive. But once they notice that I'm doing a step back, it's too late. I created all the space that I need in order to get this shot off. And it's green. And here's another example of transition with Devin Booker. Devin Booker has one of the cleanest step backs on the game. So he misses the free throw. I get it up to Book. You see, I take one step into the 3-point line, and he's on my hip. He thinks that I'm gonna try to drive past him. I probably can still like get around him and force my way to the rim, but I do the step back, and once I finish, I'm all the way back here. He's still running towards the rim, trying to cut me off, but I'm not there. Step it back. I create all the space that I need to get this shot off, and it's green. The next shot is the post hop shot, and this is a good shot for centers as well as guards and wings that are good in this high post mid-range area. And I use hop shots in situations like this where I'm expecting help, and a lot of times you're not going to be able to get to the rim. So I would just do a hop shot. So right here, I get this switch, and Holiday is on Jokic. So most people would expect me to just back down Drew Holiday all the way under the rim and do a layup. And that's what most people would do in this situation. So he clicks off and he's on Giannis. He's anticipating that I'm going to do that. And he basically just leaves Michael Porter. I could probably hit him for the shot. But I'm not about to just back down under the rim or do a drop step. I'm going to hit him with the post hop shot. So right here, I'm holding LT. I hold my left analog to the left, and then I tap the shoot button, and then I hold it to time the shot. So right here, I do the hop. So I'm holding left, and then I tap the shoot button. I do the hop, and I create all the space that I need to get the shot off. Drew Holiday, good defender, but he's too short. He's not going to really get a contest on this. And the fact that he's waiting for me to, back down or drop step or do whatever to get into the paint, it doesn't matter because I'm not going there. And the hop shot as well as the post fade, which I'll talk about later, I use those shots a lot, especially if I don't have a shooting center or if I don't have a lot of space on the court and people anticipate you trying to get to the rim. I would do, hop shots and post fades and still get shots off even though I don't have a lot of space. So I create all the space I need for the shot, and it's green. So in this example, I got Chet Holmgren, and post hop shots are good in situations like this where they're backing up off you, because sometimes when you try to back somebody down, they'll just back up. I could just keep backing down and take up the space and still get to the rim, but I'm not gonna do that. And plus, Chet Holmgren, he's not that type of player. He literally has 45 strength, so you're not really going to back anybody down with Chet Holmgren. So he backs up, and he's not anticipating me doing this hop shot. So I get about right here, and then I hop back to the 3-point line. I create all this space that I need for this shot. And like I said, this is Chet Holmgren. He has no shooting badges. His 3-point shot is on like mid 70s or something. So this is a very makeable shot with a lot of different players, especially like guards and wings, because they are more likely to have Space Creator. Space Creator works on these post hop shots. So most big men don't have Space Creator, but a lot of, guards and wings that are good in this, high post mid-range area will have Space Creator. So if you do this shot with those players, you could get Space Creator working for you and be more likely to make the shot. But right here, I hop back behind the 3-point line. He's not expecting that. He doesn't even contest, and it's green. And he gets takeover for me making that shot. How nice. And right here, we got the same situation. This time I got Banchero. He thinks I'm going to try to back him down all the way, under the rim. I could still back down and take up the space and still do it. But I back down, and he backs up. As soon as he backs up, I hop out. I land right in front of the CPU defender. But this is why I always say, don't be scared of CPU closeouts. I hop right in front of the CPU defender, and it's still an open coverage. So That's why I always say don't be afraid of AI closeouts, because a lot of times they don't really get good contests, especially if they're not really good defenders. The next shot is the post fade. Sometimes I do shimmy fades and sometimes I just do regular post fades, but kind of like the post hop shot, I will use it with players that are really good in this, mid range, high low post area, as well as in situations where the defender is anticipating that I'm gonna get to the rim, try to back down, get under the rim, so he's gonna help. Right here, I have KD, so I go into the post. He's on Rashawn Holmes guarding Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons can't shoot, so he's just gonna leave Ben Simmons. He thinks that I'm gonna try to just spin or back down and get all the way to the rim. He eventually gets down here, but I also use post fades to shoot over double team sometimes. So right here, I do a shimmy fade. I'm holding LT. I flick up on the right analog and then down. You can flick the right analog in like whichever way you want to turn to shoot. Like when I'm on this left side, I usually hold the right analog down and he spins like this way, like going this way. So I prefer that one because you usually create more space, and you got situations like this where I'm spinning away from the double. Even though he's not really doubling, he ends up just moving back towards the paint, but I spin this way away from the double. You'll see players do this a lot sometimes in real basketball. Like they'll get the ball and then they'll spin away from the double team to make them move really quickly so that the double can't get there. And right here, I do a post shimmy fade. He really doesn't expect it. He doesn't jump. He just backs up right here and just looks at me. This is KD. He's mad tall, Hall of Fame guard up, Hall of Fame blinders, Hall of Fame get eye, 99 mid range, midi magician. This shot is green all day long. There's nothing the defense can do about that. In this example, we got DeRozan, the midi god himself. And it works against CPUs. It works against users. So right here, I get into the post and I do a shimmy fade. So this time I flick down on the right analog and then up. And I do the shimmy and I get towards the baseline. And notice how I stun him. If you have a player that has Dream Shake, you'll get a lot of stuns. So DeRozan has Dream Shake Silver. Again, 99 mid-range, midi magician gold. This shot is green all day long. And right here, we got DeRozan again. And once you get used to it and practice it a little bit, you can start having fun with it. So right here, I'm going to the post. He jumps. He's antsy. He doesn't know when I'm going to shoot and what I'm going to do. So he jumps. And right here, I just hold the analog down. So I don't do a shimmy. I just do a regular fade. But I let go so that I can do this pump fake and just not shoot the ball because I know he's going to jump again. So he jumps again. I make him fly by, and then I'll hold LT again so I can re-engage and get back into the post. And then I hold down on the right analog and do it again. So like I said, when you practice it a little bit, you could just start having fun with it like that. The next shot is the spin shot, and this is another shot that I would use to create space. And this shot is really effective against the CPU. So when people try to off-ball me, I tend to go to this shot quite a bit. So right here, he's off-balling me. He's on Valanciunas. And I have the ball out here with Devin Booker. So what you do is you run, you kind of want to run at your defender, but kind of at an angle. Don't run in a straight line. You want to go at an angle a little bit. So I'm going this way. And then you want to tap and hold shoot. So right here, I tap to get the little spin animation, and then I'll hold to actually time the shot. And he jumps and everything, but they're never gonna get a contest on that, and it's green. Here's another example. So this time I got Luka, and he's on me right here. I call it ISO, and then he clicks off. So I'm gonna get right here, go at an angle right here, and then do my spin shot. So I get to the spot, I spin, I get the defender kind of on his heels, backing up a little bit. I spin, and now I'm basically at the 3-point line. He's at the elbow. He's not going to get a contest on that, and it's green. And in this example, I end up hitting the shot with Torrey Craig. So I call for the pick. I don't get the shot. Shot clock is winding down, so he clicks off on Brandon Ingram. I drive at Zion, and then once I get right here, I do the spin. I get him backing up.
I create all the space that I need for the shot, and it's green. And the last shot is these limitless range shots. Limitless range is a crazy badge, and if you got a high rated shooter with limitless range on at least silver, you can make these logo shots really consistently. So right here, I call this play for Devin Booker, and it usually brings him out really far, like way beyond the 3-point line. So he catches the ball right here at the logo. Most people wouldn't try to shoot this shot, but I practice this shot all the time, so I know you can make this shot. So even though he's in shot created takeover, it helps a little, but it doesn't really have any effect on the range you can shoot at. So that's why I really love that play for Devin Booker in the Suns playbook, because most people ain't gonna contest that, and you'll get a lot of shots like that. And in this example, I have Luka. He has limitless range gold. So I actually called a play right here, and I'm waiting like for the play, but he's in zone, and he doesn't come out far enough. So I noticed this, and I just say, I'ma just shoot it. He was on Kevin Herter. He was on Kevin Herter right here, so he's not really gonna get a contest. The CPU, he's not gonna really get a contest neither. So I just let it go, and it was green. And right here, I got Curry, Mr. Limitless Range himself. I call this play up right here. You see at the top right, GSW Fist 25 pin. This is one of the new plays that they got added to the playbook. But it's kind of like that first play where I called for Devin Booker, where like he gets a screen and he comes out like really far, like beyond the 3-point line, like right about right here where the logo is. And so I call the play. I get the ball out here. He's over here in the corner on Blake Griffin, so he's just basically just not doing anything. The computer, again, the computer isn't gonna really contest this. He's gonna run at me and act like he's gonna try to, do something, but it's nothing that he can really do at this point. This is Curry. He has Hall of Fame limitless range, so he can basically shoot anywhere past half court in his green. And so not only you'll see me shoot shots like this with players that have limitless range, but if I get takeover, whether it's team takeover or a player has sharp shooting takeover, you'll see me shoot those logo shots pretty much the entire duration of the team takeover, or if I get takeover for that player. And if you have, if a player has sharp shooting takeover, it doesn't matter if they have the limitless range badge or not. The takeover basically gives them Hall of Fame limitless range. So I've hit those types of shots in takeover with players like Buddy Hield, Doug McDermott, Jabari Smith, Eric Gordon, Malik Beasley. Like that Jazz game that I got, Malik Beasley was basically like Steph Curry when he had takeover. Like I was just pulling from anywhere and it was going in. So don't be afraid to take those logo shots. So that's pretty much it for the video. And like I said, don't limit yourself to just standstill shots. I'm telling y'all, these difficult shots actually make scoring easier a lot in a lot of different situations. So practice these, add these to your game. And as always, hope you enjoyed. I hope this helped you. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more content.